Friday the 13th, part 6, Jason Lives. So this isn't a review of special editions of Blu-rays or DVDs or anything like that, 4Ks, so on and so forth. This is I guess you'd say it's a memory of the Australian home video release of Jason Lives, Friday the 13th, part 6, from the perspective of a 11 or 12-year-old as I was at the time. So I can't exactly remember whether it was in late 1986 or early to mid 1987, but I was going down the main street of Bowral, small town in New South Wales, Australia, with my parents when I was 11 or 12, and we happened to walk past the local video store in Bong Bong Street. Video store was called Star Channel, and that was wonderland to me as a kid. My parents were very enthusiastic about the home video side of things and pretty much let us watch anything, for better or worse. But on this particular day, we were walking down the street, going to Star Channel, and Star Channel had a large shop front window where they do displays, and lo and behold, the shop front window was full of fallen autumn leaves covering the carpet, a nice big tacky foam headstone, a homemade hockey mask hanging on the corner of the headstone, pick and a shovel, and a plethora of Jason Lives home video posters hung around the storefront, just inside the front window. So they do these displays. That was one of the ones that really stuck out to me that I remember, and naturally it worked. Marketing 101 and so on and so forth. So I don't think we rented it that night, but we did rent it soon enough, and it left quite an impression on me. It was quite different to the other Friday the 13th movies that I'd experienced, which was quite crazy really that I'd experienced those at such a young age. But that's the way it was in the early 80s, early to late 80s. Home video was new and exciting, and a lot of our parents let us watch virtually anything in those days because they wanted to watch it themselves. So, so I remember watching part 6. I recognised Tom Matthews from Return of the Living Dead. As a kid, you did kind of get awestruck when you'd start to recognise actors in different films and start to see them on a regular basis. So I recognised Tom Matthews, and the film had quite a different vibe to the previous Friday the 13th. Felt a bit confusing because as an 11 or 12-year-old, I was onto my third Tommy Jarvis, and the nuances of casting weren't as clear to a kid, I guess, as they are to adults, unless I was just a bit slow at the time, maybe. But I remember thinking it was quite bizarre that all these different people had kind of been dropped into the role. An 11 or 12-year-old doesn't understand nuances like actors demanding more money or actors being difficult, or whatever the reason is for recasting conflicting commitments. So that was always a bit odd, seeing a new actor playing the same role as a kid that didn't understand the elements of movie magic or the movie business. So it did have quite a different vibe. It almost felt like a superhero movie or something like that. And they continued that unusual vibe into part 7 and part 8, of course. But Jason Lives was the first taste of that. First time we got to see zombie Jason. And it was quite the experience. I didn't get to see it theatrically, of course. I was a little bit young. My parents were fairly free with what videos we watched, but I'm guessing that seeing through the psychology, they weren't that keen on dragging us to the theatre to see horror and exploitation movies that they weren't that interested in. So a lot of my early film experiences were on home video. But yeah, Jason Lives. Friday the 13th, part 6 was a bit of a shot in the arm for the series. Part 5 had been confusing to a lot of people, myself included. I'd seen part 5 and hadn't known what the hell was going on, much like seeing Halloween 3. And both of those films have built up an audience over the years and a loyal legion of fans. But people are seeing them with 2020 vision, literally, or 2025 vision. So, yeah, the vibe was quite different for those movies back in the day. But nevertheless, I do miss those awesome storefront displays that some video stores had. Our one, for example, Star Channel in Bong Bong Street, Bowral. And it was a great display for Jason Lives, Friday the 13th, part 6. You did have that that blanket of autumn leaves covering the blue carpet of Star Channel in the storefront window. You had the dodgy foam fake headstone, the cheap hockey mask, which were hard to come by those days. I don't know how they did it. I guess it was some sort of promotional material that had been sent out. And the pick and shovels. So it was all very effective in whetting the appetite of this young horror fan. And it did the job as intended, because we did rent the video soon after. And I think it goes to show what we do miss these days. Film was an entire experience. It wasn't just about watching the movie itself or picking up a DVD or Blu-ray because it was a special edition with a plethora of special features. It was an entire experience that often dragged out over weeks and months. You'd see trailers. You wouldn't find anything out at all about the movie because it was pre-internet. If you were lucky, you'd pick up a copy of Fangoria magazine, but in Australia here, that often lagged months and months behind, so often the movies were released before you got to experience all the making of stuff. And yeah, as I said, definitely no internet spoilers or anything like that. So it was a very different time. Probably a better time, in my opinion, to see films. And I'm probably not the only one that misses the home video era. So thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed these memories on Jason Lives, Friday the 13th, part 6, and you would like to give the thumbs up or comment or like and subscribe, you're more than welcome. And hope to see you next time.